Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about fall fishing for deep water bass. We spent a few hours here on Del Hollow Lake this morning. It's late September, water temperatures are still in the mid 80s, and I wanted to take a moment just to share with you exactly how I approach a body of water when I'm faced with these conditions. You know, in the early part of fall, I'm going to spend most of my time focused on those drastic changes in depth. Those offshore ledges that drop into the main river channel, those are always a great place to start. So once I've identified these areas, I keep my bait selection fairly simple. I like to start out with maybe a 4 to 6 inch flutter spoon, especially early in the morning when those fish are very active and feeding up in the water column. If I can get one of those fish to fire on a spoon and get that school going, oftentimes I can get multiple fish in a very short amount of time. So I typically fish this spoon about 5 to 10 feet off the bottom, sometimes even a little higher in the water column depending on what depth I'm seeing the most activity on my graph. But it seems like almost every day in the fall is a little different, so I typically let the fish dictate exactly how deep I fish this spoon and how hard I rip it through the water column from one day to the next. But later in the day, or on those days where the fish just don't seem to be quite as active, I'll usually switch it up to either a 3/4 ounce Carolina rig or a 3/4 ounce football jig, depending on the type of cover that is on that particular ledge. If a ledge has smaller chunk rock or stumps, I prefer a Carolina rig with either a 8-inch dead ringer, 8-inch lizard, maybe even a big brush hog, just something that still has a little bit of action when I pull that bait slowly across the bottom. But if I'm on a ledge that has, say, bigger chunk rock or a lot of brush, that's where I'll throw my 3/4 ounce football jig with some type of crawl trailer. And the main reason for this is I can usually bring this jig through that type of cover without hanging it up much easier than I can the Carolina rig. But in either case, I'm going to work that bait very slow across the bottom and maintain constant contact with the bottom as I come across that ledge. And finally, batting in my cleanup spot, I have a Magnum shaky head. I like to go back over a ledge, especially if I've caught multiple fish off of that ledge, with say a 1/2 to 3/4 ounce stand-up style shaky head with like a Magnum finesse worm, a Magnum trick worm, maybe even a Zoom Z-crawl worm, something that just has a little different presentation that may trigger a strike from a less aggressive fish that I may have left behind. So I hope these techniques help you become a more successful angler. Be sure to gear up for fall by picking up any of these great products at landbigfish.com. I'd love to hear from you in the comments section, and let us know what your favorite method for fall fishing is. And until next time, good luck on the water, happy fishing, and God bless.